Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlertcom, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Thursday, August the 29th, 2013. We looked at the Dow Jones Industrial Average yesterday and showed you some signals that we were seeing there, which indicating that a good-sized bounce would be in order. Not necessarily today, but it's coming down the road and what that's going to lead to, the larger head and shoulders pattern that we were talking about. We kind of covered it pretty good, so I'm not going to go over that detail again, but I want to show you some activity today and then what you should plan for going into the weekend on Friday. So whenever you see this move here, let me get the tools out. When you see this move right here, you see this, we come down here and we hit this low point, a little bit lower than intraday, the following day, but no hammer candlestick formation. I can't mark that as a signal that I'll be a buyer of. This one here we talked about when it was forming, I didn't take it, but I told you about that one. It makes more sense. Here we don't see that, so then you just start to reverse in this way. It becomes high risk scenario when you do this, when you try to buy here, because you don't really have an indication of a bottom here. You do have some other signals that we talked about yesterday that you could bring into play. You could also point out that here you closed below the lower Bollinger Band line, and here you did not. That would again show the same thing, the same momentum shift there that we were talking about yesterday. But again, this is something that's a high risk scenario. The move to the upside here, 2 days to the upside, and you're not capable of erasing the single 1 day to the downside here. Also note that the upside for the past 2 days is on very, very weak volume here. There's nothing going on here. I mean, it's really nasty. And when I look at this scenario and ask myself, do I want to buy this? You have to think about the fact that you also have a 3-day weekend you're going into. That means that anything can happen over those 3 days, and that's going to be less reason for people to want to go out there and buy as well. So again, that's going to be why you have low volume. And then again, with Syria and the potential for the U.S. to strike there and stuff like that. So these are things that are hanging overhead, and without a real clear entry signal, I just wouldn't take it. It's just me personally, but I wouldn't do it. If you are going to do that and say, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy it and keep a stop maybe off the slow here, then what you would do is want to eliminate risk. And the way I would do that, I would be looking to go buy some long options and then look for a move maybe up to this 50-period moving average here, and that would be roughly in line with the 15300 level. That would be roughly in line with this previous move that you had over here that we were talking about yesterday. I mean, keep a close look at that. So if you get that bounce up here, look for that peak at roughly that level. If we start getting sell signals, I would of course take that right there. Quick little update here on the silver chart. We were stopped out. We talked about this earlier in the week. We were advancing the stop there, and we've got about 20% gain to the upside there like that. We have not advanced the stop on gold, and gold is in a better position from a technical perspective, and so we didn't do that. Why we advanced the stop here, we had, of course, had this move here, and we told you could have a pullback. That would be a buying opportunity. That's exactly what happened. Then she comes up here, takes off again, closing above the 50-period moving average. Again, a bullish sign. She can need to move very, very strong to the upside. Just regaining this previous area here. You can see that we had this support that broke down, and then we just simply reacquired it, came back, tested it, bounced off of it, and then started moving higher. I advanced the stop at that point to this point here, and then we started to see this move up here. But you'll notice if we look at the high point here on the ultimate oscillator and the lower high here, this is trending down. At the same time period, price was trending up. It's not a sustainable situation. It was going to pull back, and so when we got the sell signal here, it made sense to simply advance the stop and get stopped out. We'll look for another entry opportunity on the long side as she continues to develop. Remember, the long-term chart, very, very bullish on silver and gold, so this is not something that I want to get bearish on or try to take a short position and anything like that. If we get a nice little pullback here like this, then that'd be great for new entry opportunity. Look for that. Previous resistance is going to be acting as support there, so that's again something that I'd be looking for. I'm not going to have a big pullback here, but it's something that could go sideways and move flat for a little bit before we start to advance again. There's lots of different things that can happen here, but again, I have not done the same thing with gold. I've left gold lots of room to breathe. Silver, I'm just taking some profits there when I saw an opportunity. The reason that you don't want to do that with both gold and silver is because you could also turn around the next day and just do this, and now you've been stopped out of silver and you've missed the rest of what may come. So that's why I've left gold in play. Looking now at the TNX, the 10-year Treasury note yield, maybe wondering what's going on here. We talked about this when it was developing. You had a massive up leg here, and actually it goes up back for quite a while on a longer term chart, and then we come up here and we just consolidate, build as formation, this base formation here. That's fine. And then when you get the breakout, we told you could be a buyer in here every time you got to pull back, or wait for the breakout. So you got the breakout there, and that would be a great opportunity. And then there's after you get the breakout, oftentimes you'll have a test of that previous resistance and see if you're finding support. So you pull back to that level and typically find support and then start to move off of it. This would be another buying opportunity in this scenario. So again, I'd be looking for this to continue to move higher, and that would mean that the bonds will continue to move lower while yield will continue to move higher. If you've not been to the free website at PerfectStockAlertcom, it's right there. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.